This is still the cleanest shirt in the closet. But the house is on fire. When we're looking at the house of fiat currencies, the house is on fire. The United States is still the cleanest shirt in the closet. It's trash. And we need to go get real assets before they flip the switch, before they reset, restructure all debt, all currencies, before we have to go. And actually, I'm not condoning that. I want this to be a peaceful revolution. And the scenes that we're seeing in these other countries are bad. I'm hoping for a peaceful transition here in the United States. They can't feed their families in these other countries. And I'm listening. I'm getting attacked in my comments. I got people coming at me, other content creators that saying that I'm trying to FUD the US dollar. No, I'm explaining why the US dollar still holds what it holds. But time is running out because the smart money is draining the vaults. See, they're not just making an allocation into precious metals by buying gold or silver on paper. No, they're making an allocation and they're withdrawing it out. See, I was just listening to my good friend Andy Sheckman to explain how back in 1930s when basically they were going to confiscate the gold. They were doing a forced buyback. It was no longer going to be allowed for US citizens to own gold, right? The smart money, the rich money got out. And they literally physically shipped their gold off to Switzerland, off across the pond, back to Europe, back to their countries. They got it the hell out of there. So the smart money is front running this while the masses get left in the streets with nothing in their hands. Besides toilet paper that you might as well wipe your ass with. And here in the West, and especially in the United States, people are asleep. They don't get. They think that we are going to be able to maintain this status forever without a painful restructuring taking place, without a standard of living being lost by middle America, by the middle class. The white picket fence, real estate's going to go up forever, 401k is going to go up forever. You're going to be able to go down to the grocery store and be able to buy whatever goods you want imported from the rest of the world without understanding. These other countries are dropping our treasuries. They're no longer funding our debt. So when the rest of the world calls us on our BS, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to default or devalue. There's two options, default or devalue. And we're hedged both ways. We're hedged both ways. Precious metals, and then if they send it, which is what started this year. China's recovery started this year. I'm about to show you guys some data points on a record amount of reverse repo injection into the banking system of China that just took place. And then we saw the manipulation, the money printers in the crypto space, stablecoins, CZ, and the amount of manipulation, Justin Tron, Binance, what took place. And we can follow the money very clearly. Now let's check this out, folks. As they are setting the banks on fire in these other countries, we have this taking place. Pakistan's defense minister says the country has already defaulted. Once again, default or devalue. And eventually, basically, you're going to have to default. So both end up happening. It's just a matter of how far can you keep things alive? How long can you keep things afloat? Many of the country's biggest companies have halted operations due to forex shortages. Gold continues to protect against a currency crisis for the people in Pakistan. Defaults are very ugly and more are coming. And the West continues to stay asleep. It can't happen here, right? The US dollar, we're going to maintain that status forever, right? Well, I still think that a massive amount of pain and a loss of standard of living still happens. Even if we maintain that reserve currency, folks, the white picket fence dream gets destroyed. I hope you have a plan. That's the main point here. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.